If you're thinking about becoming a pilot, or if you are a pilot and you're thinking of adding an instrument rating, or a commercial certificate, or even the airline transport pilot that so many of us aspire to be, I'm going to give you a tip that's going to help you get through those FAA knowledge tests, the written test that so many of us get nervous about. It's simple, it's cheap, and you can absolutely do this and improve your scores. It's this. Get one of these and one of these. That's all there is to it. I like Gleim study materials. I always have. I started using Gleim study materials when I was a student pilot. I continued using them as a CFI. I've been telling my students to use these for years. I even wrote material for Gleim for a number of years and was one of the contributors that produced these books. But there are other publishers who do very similar things. So pick the one you like and go with it. The advice is still valid no matter which way you go. Here's the basics. Get your book, get your highlighter, and before you do any studying, go through this entire book and highlight the correct answers. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not setting you up to memorize, because memorizing is useless. Rote memorization is the lowest level of learning. It's almost useless in real life. But there's more to it than that. By highlighting the correct answer on every question, you've actually made yourself a very specific, really concise study guide, where every question and answer pairing is a true statement that comes directly from an FAA document. Now, you're going to want to pace yourself. This is a big book. They all are. There are a lot of questions. In fact, there are thousands in the FAA database. That's okay. We're not trying to memorize the answer to every question. We're trying to set ourselves up with a system that gives us an understanding of every topic. So it doesn't matter how the question is worded, we understand it. We've got editors and CFIs and people all over the country who produce books like this on a regular basis. And what most people don't know is those CFIs and editors, they're not looking at these and saying, I think that's the right answer. They actually go out and research each question. They find the right answer in an FAA document. Let me give you a great example. Let's say I turn to page 105 in Gleim's Private Pilot Knowledge Test book. I'll see in there a question that reads, the greatest vortex strength occurs when the generating aircraft is, and I have three answer options. The answer is C, heavy, clean, and slow. But how do I know that? How am I absolutely sure that that's the correct answer to give you, not the other two? Well, it's because people like me go and read all the documentation that we need to know the correct answer. And here it is. In the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge, an FAA publication, if we turn to page 5-9, that's the 9th page of chapter 5, the FAA writes, quote, wingtip vortices are greatest when the generating aircraft is heavy, clean, and slow. They even put the words heavy, clean, and slow in quotes. They're making it as clear as possible to us that's the correct answer. And that's why these books have such value, provided you learn how to use it correctly. If you go through that book and highlight the correct answers, you're taking advantage of all those CFIs and editors, the flight instructors, the ground instructors, the editors that are working on these books, and they've read the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge, and they reference it. They've read the Airplane Flying Handbook, and they reference it. They read the Federal Aviation Regulations, the Aeronautical Information Manual, all kinds of advisory circulars that the FAA puts out just for our benefit, but very few of us actually read. So go ahead and use this tip. No matter which written test you're taking, the FAA calls them knowledge tests, we call them written tests. I'm telling you, you're going to have a better time. You're probably going to have a better score, and you're definitely going to understand the material better because you've only studied true statements directly from the FAA. Thanks for tuning into the channel. I do appreciate it. Hit that like button if you're still with me. Subscribe if you'd like, and we'll have more material on all aspects of aviation as we go along. And thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.